Welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now. Hello, welcome to episode 164 from February the 6th of the year 2023. Today is a Monday. And just to let you know, today is a holiday here in Mexico. It's Constitution Day. It's a celebration year after year of the date that the Constitution was enacted, which was actually yesterday, February the 5th. But as in many places in the world, they have changed this to a kind of bank holiday. So they move it to the next available Monday. And this is the case. So right now, no work today here in Mexico. It's a holiday. So I wanted to share this one. Again, I'm trying to pick all your suggestions to try to go back a little bit. Maybe I got away from making just episodes from my heart, really no specific subject on this documentary type, the way I started. Yes, I'm going to continue having chats. The one that I'm not feeling right now, I really don't feel the point. I've done several of those, is the self-recording type episode, like a self-chat, like a one-man chat. That one, just not feeling it right now. If you're interested in how I look, on my physical language, as it's called, there are many episodes I have ramblings, self-chatting, or basically 2-3 episodes per month that I have the chats with my friends Adam from Manchester, Tony from the UK, Miklos, and they are the ones. It has been months I haven't had my friend Tony from Mexico, another Tony, and Michelle from Ireland. So sorry about that. I was not coughing almost for a full day, and then I just start speaking faster, and on this cough that has been with me for all this year, basically since the beginning of January. It's basically a month now. It started like the 6th, 7th of January. It's kind of coming back. It's almost done, and I think it has to do with the environment. I don't think it's like an infection or something like that. It's definitely not something like that. It's environmental. It's toxicity. I share it. The trip I was, and stay with me. And I think the same kind of toxicities in the environment. I live in the most polluted city in Latin America. So according to mainstream measurements, I don't know how they come up with those claims, but they claim it's the most polluted city in Latin America. So yes, again, my suggestion that if you live in a big city, if you don't like it, if you have a way to change jobs or find a job in a smaller city, my best advice will be go to the sea. My friend Tony in Mexico lives in the Puerto Vallarta area, and he's there by the sea every day. He probably goes in the sea at least barefoot every day. He touches the sand every day. He's out there in the elements, embracing nature. Okay, and that is life. That basically is as healthy as it can get. And cities is the opposite. Everything's artificial, roads. You barely touch Mother Earth. I mean, you're in pavement roads, and you're in your car all day, and you're smoking. Again, I don't understand people that claim that, one thing is changing the environment. One thing is saying that burning carbon is good. I mean, I don't agree. Just, again, my simplest way of explaining this is go by the exhaust of a car and stay there for half an hour. And if you're really close to the exhaust, you're probably going to be in medical trouble, or possibly even die. And if you are not there, you are a little bit retired from the exhaust, you're going to be extremely uncomfortable. Okay, so you're going to start coughing, and that is not good for you. Okay, it's not good for any living beings to burn that oil that is supposed to stay in Mother Earth. It's inside Mother Earth for a reason. We as humans always go about things in the wrong way, extracting it from Mother Earth. Maybe Mother Earth needs it. Maybe it's like food for Mother Earth. We don't know. We don't know. Certainly nature is far more advanced, far more wise than human beings. And we go there, we extract it, and then we burn it, and we create this pollution. At least tell me you recognize when we burn things, gasoline, diesel, carbon, whatever, we create pollution, okay? It's not that it's nothing. It's just that Mother Earth is able to take it for us. That's why when you burn something out there, you see some smoke, and then it kind of dissipates because the environment takes it. And in a way, cleans it for us, if it was not as much as it was right now. And again, I'm not saying I'm in favor of Al Gore or the nonsense about we change the environment. We don't have that power, okay? We're not as powerful to change the environment. We But we do a horrible job with Mother Earth as far as, you know, uh, how much we pollute this world, how much we burn things unnecessarily. Because honestly, there's no necessity to create energy. Energy is available in the universe. Just think for it for a second. Energy is needed for everything. We are basically energy. We feed from energy. We when we ingest things, we're an energy conversion machine. We change that caloric content of whatever you ingest into energy. That's it. So energy is needed for everything in the universe. So you'd think that Creator God will actually make it difficult to find energy in the universe. Energy is in every corner of the universe and is freely available in unlimited quantities for everything that needs it. Okay, planets, you know, suns, everything. But we're the ones going about it, burning things, you know, and getting kinetic energy from the wind, and getting photonic energy from the sun, and trying to even these cleaner ways, which is at least not burning something, at least we're still going about it the wrong way. The big elephant in the room is free energy, basically, but that will destroy everything, right? That will make everything fall. The hierarchies, everything will fall, because as soon as energy is free for everyone, we're going from a world from scarcity to abundance. It's very simple. So sorry about the rambling. It was not kind of in the subject, but today's episode is about, are you tired of this reality? You are not alone. And what I noticed is this year 2023, several people, not only one, it's four or five at least, have shared with me that they had kind of a moment of slowdown, of saying, you know what, after the new year or something happened to me that I'm just taking it easy, okay? It's like I don't care anymore, but in a good way, because not caring anymore is basically some people related to quitting and, you know, something like that. No, it's relaxing. It's taking things things easy, not as structure, not as, you know, like your mind going at 6,000 RPMs, or your life going so fast, you take a slowdown. And I think we all need it. And I actually have felt it, kind of related to the fact that I've not been at 100% health. With first this cough, and I had a fever at the beginning of the year. Around when I got the cough, I had a fever for 2, 3 days. And then kind of my energy was really low for 2, 3 weeks. I even shared with some of these persons that making episodes, it was right now, this episode is going well. I don't have any problems, but making other episodes, it felt almost like it cost me quite a bit, and I took more time to get the photographs, and I was not in my game, you know. So I think this slowdown, it was kind of general. Some people are gonna relate that it was January, beginning of the year, you know, you're taking it easy and stuff like that, going back to work, going back to your projects. But I think in a way it's just understanding that these realities is very complex, and that's why I go by my statement that that souls that are arriving. I mean, if you bear with me, I know there are people that listen that are flat earth, that believe this is all we have, that this place was created for us, it's like a garden for us, and there's no outer space, no anything. We're not from outer space. Bear with me, just, you know, entertain me that there's a possibility that we are nomads from the universe. We're actually jumping from planet to planet. Uh, and so we arrive into this reality, and this reality is very complex because it has elements. It's very beautiful in a way. Earth is beautiful. It's probably one of the most beautiful planets in the universe. It's really that the diversity. You see it every day. Just go out in nature and you're going to understand what I'm saying. Earth is beautiful, okay? But also this reality is so complex. And it's so complex, especially you're in a big city, if you are, you know, in the scarcity world, you're struggling financially. Because again, money is such a difficult subject, because some people say money doesn't buy happiness. Yes, that's correct. That's a true statement in my feeling. But money makes it very easy. I mean, having sufficient or more than sufficient money makes it very easy to traverse this scarcity reality. So basically, you are in a scarcity or abundance reality depending on the amount of money you have. And that's by design. The system wants it that way because that's the way they take money from you. For example, right now with inflation that is worldwide, this inflation problem is worldwide. More in some places than others, okay? Like I shared, I was recently in Turkey and I asked, and they say, no, it's not that bad here. I mean, we're kind of used to it. I mean, that things go up. Maybe that's it. You kind of used to that things go up 10, 20% every year. You get used to it. So in a way, it doesn't affect you as much. But this inflation thing is a way to stress you more, to make you be more concerned about money, maybe to have to work more. So you work more, you are more tired, you have less energy for other things. Like, for example, as I shared, what I believe is the most important thing, looking into yourself. Okay, having that divine connection. What religions will tell you is you have your divine connection by going to mass. If you are a Muslim, by praying 5 times a day, which I don't see anything wrong with that. Uh, by by following their guidelines of what is the divine connection, what is being divine, what is spirituality. Well, also if you look into you establish that connection to God, because remember, God is our Father of everything. He's the creator of everything. I think even religions mention it like that. God is the creator of everything. I think that if I can be sure of something in my life, is that God is the creator of everything. So he's the creator of everything good, and he's the creator of everything confused. I don't want to use the word bad, evil, demon anymore because it's confusion. Because again, everything was intended to be good. And yes, this reality is not intended to be like that. This reality is not intended that you're gonna be worrying to pay your bills, and if they fire you from your job or if your business is struggling, it's not supposed to be like that. And honestly, I don't believe that uh, that for a second that we are supposed to suffer. Okay, I'm in disagreement with the notion. Sorry if you're of that notion. Again, just had an episode of writing emails back and forth like I do with several of you, and in this case, maybe I didn't clarify it enough that everything that I'm saying, they're my feelings, okay? The only thing I can give you is my feelings. I can assure you it has gone through my heart resonator, it has gone through my inside, okay? I'm not just repeating stuff I read in a book or I saw in a video or that. If I'm doing that, it has already gone through my feelings, through my inner self, okay? That's the only thing I can give you. Is that enough? I don't know. Is that something of value to you? You decide, because it could be three options. That could be a value of you. That means we're in resonation, and that's beautiful because that's helping you in a way. Of course, it's not going to solve anything for you. You will have to take that from me and many others and try to do your own thing, what is called your own truth or your own inner thing. My only suggestion is make everything go through you, okay? Stop taking things for granted or they're facts or something because you read it in a book or something like that, okay? So I had this interchange of emails with someone, started okay, and then the person kind of, I felt he was uncomfortable at the end because we were talking about near-death experiences and that, and he said something that really was a little bit disappointing to me, not of this person. I'm not criticizing this person. It was like, oh my God, is this really happening? That maybe some people are feeling this way. Like saying, are you, what makes you kind of an authority on or near death or death? And I said, my response that this person said that didn't want to, I sent an audio response and this person said, I don't want even to hear it because I'm like I'm already not feeling it. I said, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Sorry if I disturb you. Uh, but my response was, no, I'm not an authority. And I'm sorry if I make it sound like I'm an authority on anything. I just give you my feelings. I just give you my intuition of how death is. Is that like we go to heaven? Is that like we go to hell? Is that the end? Maybe it's just blackness and we're just like dogs that they have a life. They are born and they die and that's it. Maybe. I cannot be sure. I just share you what is really strong with me. And believe me, it has been an effort of mine for years to go into myself to try to uncover my story. That I'm sharing that. I have no problem in sharing my story, okay? No problem at all. Can I prove it to you? Am I what you call an authority? I don't even understand what that means, okay? Who is an authority? A doctor out there, for example, with health? Einstein was an authority, you know? Who is an authority on me? Who can you really trust? You, only you. And and that was the message. Don't trust me. If you something goes inside you, there's something there. I'm just basically putting a little bit of light in your path, but you have to traverse the path on your own, okay, to discover things on your own. I cannot share them for you because at the end, yes, that will seem like I'm an authority or something, and it's not the case. So for me, it was a little bit disappointing that I don't clarify enough. Not again, not a problem with this person. I don't have a problem with anyone, okay? But it was a kind of a disappointment for me that I need to clarify you more that these are just my feelings, my path. I'm just in a line with you, with everyone else. Who is better? No one. Okay, no one. Please understand, no one. There are no advanced beings. There are no blessed beings. We're all advanced. We're all blessed. We're all just in different stages. And in some things, you might be far more advanced than me in maturity, in humility, in many things. And in some things, maybe, just maybe, I'm a little bit more advanced than you. Does that make you or me different? No, there's no score, 9, 8, 10. No. It's nothing like that. Okay, everyone is in a process. And yes, there are some that are very confused. The evildoers, the system, people that work for them, and people that are just evil, okay? People that are just confused right now. That their point, I see in the comments of Wiki in the Future, they unfortunately have become very negative lately. And for me, it's also a disappointment because I love to speak to people there. And only my friend Tony from the UK is the only one. And when Adam shows up and stuff like that, that's it. That's it. The others, I just don't get them. Okay, they are arguing among themselves. They downvote. Thank you comments. Basically, thank you guys for another episode. It has 4 downvotes, 5 downvotes. How can you explain that? The only reason is I want to be evil. You know, I'm confused. Maybe I'm not feeling well. I want you to feel like me. I want you to drag you down. And that's just confusion. That's just immaturity. Okay. So some people are tired of this reality and they react that way. Some people are tired of this reality. They slow down. But at the end, always try, always to make things work through your heart, how you behave, how you are with others. You know, just putting yourself out there and just, you know, it's very common sense things. They say Jesus Christ said it. They say the Prophet Muhammad said it. They say the Quran says that. The Bible says so. It's common sense. I'm sorry. You don't need a divine book to know that you just need to be good to everyone and send your love to everyone and not judge anyone and try to be mature and try to be humble. For me, it's common sense. There's no other way to behave. Okay, and I'm trying every day because again, I'm a human and my buttons can be pushed and sometimes I react. Okay, so it's totally normal to have outbursts and and do things that then you think about them and say, why did I react this way? Because we're still humans and we're in the process of maturing. Okay, and this reality doesn't help at all. That's why many of us are tired of this reality. I'm tired of this reality, but we're here for a reason. Okay, we cannot take the exit. Yes, the exit is that in some way. That I'm 100% sure as well, because you can agree. I mean, when you die, the concept of dying on this earth, which is your physical death, if there's nothing there, if there's blackness, well, it's also an exit. If you go to heaven or hell or whatever, purgatory, that's also an exit. And if my theory that we are actually just changing from one reality to another, and that's why there's a deception out there. That's what upset this person very much, because he wanted to be greeted by God. Well, you don't need to die to be greeted by God, okay? So that I'm also 100% sure of that. You can communicate with God every day if you want to. Actually, you are with God all the time. You are with God since you were created, and you are never going to be without God, because you're going to be with God even as you eventually become an angel, a beacon of love and guidance. That final expression of you, you're always going to be God, and religions kind of call that heaven, okay? But they kind of maybe don't make it clear, or by design they want to seem that way, that right now we're having kind of an imperfect life or something like that we cannot connect to God directly, and when we go to heaven we're gonna be with God. We're always with God. God is here right now. God is in this video. God is in you. God is in me. God is in a dog that you see. If you see a tree, if you see whatever, God. If you take a telescope and you believe in outer space and you see another planet, God is there. God is everywhere. Okay. He has that power. He's the creator of everything and everyone. And, you know, for me, just this notion that, you know, we need to be greeted by God, this kind of special moment. You have that. You already have that going to you. That's your divine connection. Okay. You don't need to die, physically die, to experience that. Okay. So I hope it makes sense now. So, final thoughts. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. Dalai Lama. Excellent quote from the Dalai Lama. Again, I'm not gonna go. I have my own things about the Dalai Lama. I have a good opinion, okay? But some people make it. It's like in this world, a connection to the divine. If you really know about Buddhism and all that, it's a little bit of different things. But you know, it's an excellent quote. I don't know which Dalai Lama actually. If that one that we recently have or someone from the past was the one that said this quote, but it's beautiful. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. Yes, that's why this reality is tainted. That's why this reality is tainted, because it's difficult to be happy in this reality. And unfortunately, because it's a scarcity-based reality, really the basis of how they created this reality is money, okay? So even hundreds of years ago, you had a lot of money, you were a baron, you need to be a king. If you were into burgeousy, that concept that you were like a businessman 100 years ago, you had a lot of money, maybe you didn't come from the royal families, you were fine. You had, your big house, and you will eat every day, and you have to worry and that. And for the rest of the populace, 80, 90, or some people call it the 99%, always this worry about money, because it's like a struggle all the life. Okay, you have to work, and some people look into retirement. I always have this conversation, especially with family in Italy, that when they move the age, and it's very common in Europe right now, they have been moving the retirement age. Okay, I believe it was 50 something some years ago, and then 61, and then they moved to 64, and they keep pushing it to 66. So basically, some of them that are in their 50s are saying, I don't even know if I'm ever going to retire. Okay, because maybe I'm going to be dead before they move it to 70, and they have obviously this, and I share it with them. It's yes, I understand the frustration, but it's because of this scarcity-based reality that we obviously are not designed to be working and struggling every day, because suffering is not in the cards. Okay, some people say it's karma. No, karma is also learning. You could clear karma happy. Okay, understanding what you have done wrong in the past, through your own confusion, through your own immaturity, because that's the only two reasons. You're a beautiful being. We're all beautiful beings, sons of God. Even the ones you see right now in television, in the internet, in videos, in books, whatever, as evil, the Hitlers, and yes, awful. I understand they have done awful things because they were confused and immature. That's it. Maybe, who knows, Hitler, I mean, it was 100 years ago, 80 years ago, maybe, who knows, he has cleared some of the karma. It's very difficult. It's going to be, I mean, it's not something to be cleared in a couple of lifetimes. This is going to take him tens or hundreds of lifetimes to clear that awful experience he had. He was awful. He was a demon. But again, even the demons right now, even the ones that have been controlling humanity for hundreds of years, are just confused and immature. So again, my final thoughts is, my suggestions is, let's try a little bit more mature and a little bit less confused every day. And maybe, just maybe, again, I don't know anything. I'm not an authority on anything. This big disclaimer, I don't know, maybe I'm going to include it at the start of every video. I'm not an authority on anything, okay? Anything. I don't know anything. The only thing I know is God, or Father, is the creator of everything. That I do know. But everything else, the shape of the earth, I don't care. I mean, does it really affect you if it's flat or a globe? It's amazing. It's the ultimate rabbit hole, how upset people get with that. Honestly, I get it less every day that I see how huge of a rabbit hole they have made with the shape of the earth. It's amazing to me, really, that we're focusing on that. All right. Thank you very much for watching me. I had some beautiful, yes, there were some nasty comments when also wanted to share with the comments of the gentleman that were not nasty. It was just, I was disappointed in me that I didn't clarify to him that I'm not an authority in near-death experiences. That is a very big deal for him. What I wanted to say is, I did get a little bit nasty email about the last picture I showed on the newer video. That was this gentleman without a shirt, just having his hands in the air, and I love that. And I had a lady in this one as well a few minutes ago, and I want to clarify something. No, I didn't get offense. I didn't get upset. I actually replied with my blanket reply that I don't want to engage, which is basically, thank you for your message and thank you for watching. Basically saying I'm not gonna engage in what you were saying. But this person was, are you gay? Why do you put a gay person there? I don't even know if this gentleman is gay or not, and I don't care, okay? For me, I collect these pictures, I find them in the internet, and for me, the expression of having your hands in the air, like the one you see in your bottom left screen, bottom left part of the screen right now, I love it, because it means, for me, what goes through my heart when I see those pictures is freedom, is letting go, is liberty, is, is we're gonna win. It's many things that goes through my mind. So I love those pictures. I want to include them as much as I can. And sometimes I like one of the other. In this case, was a lady, but someone could make an argument that it's a lady and I'm showing her on her back. So maybe my son, misogynist. I know how it's pronounced because I'm making less of ladies, or I'm exploiting their sexuality or some nonsense like that. No, I just and if I put a children, then someone's gonna say I'm a pedophile or something like that. So everyone is gonna have a problem. Send your emails. I don't mind. I'm not gonna engage. Okay, If you're expecting a fight, if you're expecting an argument that I'm going to engage with you, hey, what's your problem? Why you say that? No, I'm not. I'm not like that. You want to think I'm weak? Go ahead and think whatever you like. Because with all due respect, if that's the case, I don't care. Okay, don't confuse kindness with weakness. My friend Tony from the UK says that several times, and I totally agree with him, because the reason I don't engage with you is exactly that. I don't want that argument. For me is nothing. I cannot share nothing to you. You have your idea already made. You probably already thought I was gay or this person was gay. I don't care. You think whatever you like. Honestly, I don't have a problem, but I'm not going to engage. That's my decision. That's the side of the argument I can choose. Not engaging. I'm not going to convince you. I don't care about convincing you. Of course, a person like that, the only thing is that such a person is in the comments bothering others. I have a difference of opinion, especially from my American friends, that they have this thing called the First Amendment. Well, by the way, every country has that, okay? It's not only America, okay? Every country, you can say whatever you want. All countries make fun of the presidents and the politicians, and they have the freedom to speak like that. But your freedom ends when you're bothering someone. Your freedom ends when you start interfering with people. When you see someone in the street, and why is the reason someone say, "Hey, you asshole," or something like that? Because you know you're probably going to have a physical altercation with the person. But they do say those nasty things, those evil things, those low vibration things through comments, because they know that the person cannot physically access them, or So there are like these keyboard warriors through emails, through anonymous emails, or even if that person used the real email, I don't have a problem. Just reply, "Thank you for coming, thank you for watching." And immediately, 15 minutes after, I got a reply, "What? So you're gay?" And I deleted the email saying, I'm not gonna continue engaging, okay? In the comments, it's just not me. In the comments, that might bother other people. So yes, I will block people that start harassing or being just nasty and evil in our comments. Luckily, it's very seldom has happened. Very seldom. Probably 1 or 2 people I had to block. So the comments are pretty clean right now, but I do see it in the comments in Wake in the future. It's a mess. I'm sorry to say it. They're my friends. I love them. I love their channel, but the comment section on BitChute is a mess because it's First Amendment. It's say whatever you want, be nasty to whoever you want. And some people get really aggressive with each other. And for me, that doesn't fit any purpose of this channel. So that will not be allowed in our comments. So that's just to clarify. And it's not that I'm censoring anyone. You have the right to not agree with me, but you have to say it in a way that we're respectful to each other. Okay, it's very important. If you get nasty, you get your one chance, and that's it. Because again, that's not First Amendment. That's just being evil, and that's just being negative. Okay, I'm sorry to say, being confused. Thank you very much for watching. If everything's okay, I shall see you back on Thursday. Thank you. Have a great Monday. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall, and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Please be sure to check out our friends from Waking the Future and their awaken-attire.com shop. They gave me my first opportunity to speak about this and I will be forever grateful. Link to their channel and shop on the show notes. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.